The polished oak table in the attorney's office gleamed under the fluorescent lights, a cold barrier between me and the man who'd spent decades twisting my words into lies. My fingers gripped the armrests of my chair, knuckles white, as the lawyer's voice droned on, reading my mother's final wishes like they were just another contract. I didn't look at him, Uncle Victor, sitting there with his impeccable suit and that smug, unshakable calm. The air was thick, suffocating, laced with the faint scent of his cologne that always reminded me of betrayal. When the lawyer skipped over my name entirely, as if I'd never existed, something inside me cracked, but I didn't shatter. Not yet. My name is Sophia Reed. And at 28, I've worn labels like Scars, the dramatic one, the paranoid sister, the family instigator. But the truth? I've always been the silent observer, the one who saw the cracks in our perfect facade. The office in downtown Chicago felt like a courtroom, with Mr. Hargrove, Mom's lawyer of over a decade, adjusting his tie nervously as he continued. To my son, Michael Reed, I bequeath the family residence at 728 Elm Avenue, including all furnishings, and $400,000 from my savings and investments. Michael's head snapped up from his laptop. He'd rushed in from San Francisco, where his software firm kept him buried in code. The house was worth nearly $1 million now, in this inflated market. To my brother-in-law, Victor Kane, I leave my interest in the Reed family holdings and the vacation property in the Adirondacks, in appreciation for his unwavering assistance. Uncle Victor nodded gravely, as if this was his due reward. That cabin had been Dad's retreat, a place of quiet memories before his heart attack took him when I was 11. It should have stayed with us, his kids. To my sister, Beatrice Lang, I leave my antique collection and $75,000. Aunt Beatrice let out a soft gasp. Her tissue crumpling in her fist, she'd clearly hoped for more, given how rarely she'd shown up during Mom's decline. Mr. Hargrove paused, flipping pages, and I waited. Mom had sworn, in one of her lucid moments months ago, that she'd set aside her book collection for me, the volumes we'd pored over together on rainy afternoons, building my love for literature, and the fund for my PhD in psychology, to escape the shadows they'd cast over me. But the words that followed were a gut punch. The balance of my estate shall be administered by Victor Kane as trustee for philanthropic purposes, at his sole discretion. The room spun. My name erased, like I'd been a ghost all along. Wait, I managed, my voice steady but edged with ice. That can't be right. You missed Sophia. Not now, Uncle Victor murmured, his tone laced with that familiar condescension, leaning in like he was doing me a favor. Mr. Hargrove cleared his throat. That concludes the reading. Any inquiries can be directed through proper channels. I stood, the chair legs scraping like a warning shot. When was this signed? Who witnessed it? Mom was barely coherent in her last weeks. Victor's eyes narrowed. Your mother's decisions were final. Sophia, don't turn this into one of your episodes, Beatrice whispered to Michael. I knew she'd react like this, but as I walked out, spine straight, their murmurs fading behind me, I felt the shift. This wasn't grief. This was the spark of something darker, colder. Mom hadn't just died, she'd been stolen from me. And I would unearth every buried secret to make them pay. The seeds of doubt had been planted early, like weeds choking out the truth. At 8, I'd caught Uncle Victor slipping cash from Mom's wallet during a holiday barbecue. I'd told her, wide-eyed and certain, but he'd chuckled it off with that disarming smile everyone trusted. Sophia's got quite the imagination, must be all those books she reads. Mom found her purse short, but the label stuck, Sophia the storyteller, always exaggerating for attention. By 12. After Dad's death, I'd overheard Aunt Beatrice rifling through Mom's drawers, pocketing a necklace. I stayed silent then, already learning that speaking up meant isolation. Victor had inserted himself seamlessly after Dad passed, the reliable accountant, handling Mom's finances while she drowned in sorrow. Just temporary help, he'd said. But power of attorney lingered like a bad debt. The gaslighting built slowly, insidiously. At 15, when funds from Dad's life insurance vanished into bad investments, Victor produced charts showing market crashes. Sophia's seeing ghosts again. He'd sigh at family dinners. Beatrice would nod sympathetically. Poor girl. Trauma from losing her father so young. Even Michael bought in. Why do you always pick fights? Uncle Victor's keeping us afloat. They painted me as unstable, while Victor's reputation gleamed pillar of the community. Volunteer at the local shelter. The uncle who stepped up. I learned to swallow my words, to journal suspicions in hidden notebooks, to watch from the edges. Mom was my only ally. I see you, Sophia, she'd whisper after they'd dismissed me. You're not imagining things. But her own battles wore her down, breast cancer returning, aggressive and unforgiving. Our last clear talk was 4 months before the end, in her sunroom surrounded by her prized orchids. I've protected you, she said, her hand frail but firm on mine. The books are yours. And money for your studies. Victor can't touch it. You've always seen the truth they hide, don't let them dim that light. Then the stroke hit, fogging her mind. And everything accelerated. Victor's visits multiplied, always with his leather briefcase, organizing her affairs. I'd find him in her office, shuffling bank statements. Your mom asked for help with bills, he'd say smoothly. But I'd checked, the accounts were automated. One afternoon, I came home early to Victor and a stranger in the living room. Papers strewn. Mom dozing in her recliner. Just estate planning, he dismissed. The man's name? Edward Voss later. A witness on that forged will. The meds changed next. Mom's trusted oncologist, Dr. Ramirez, retired abruptly. Per Victor. The new one, Dr. Hale, upped the painkillers, leaving her listless. Expert recommendation, Victor insisted when I pushed back. You're not a doctor. Sophia. Weeks before her death, I walked in on Victor at her bedside, her hand in his, pen scratching paper. What is she signing? Healthcare forms, he snapped. Face reddening. Mom mumbled. Sophia. The orchids need care. Our old code for danger. From childhood secrets. But Victor patted her. She's confused today. Documents vanished from her safe, wills. Policies. Gone. Safekeeping at my office, Victor explained. Beatrice's visits spiked. Always during my shifts at the library. Neighbors later reporting boxes carted away. Decluttering for Elena, she'd claim. The home nurse switched to loyal Carla, replaced by brisk Lydia, who just happened to know Victor from his firm. Every move isolated Mom, paving the way for the theft. And the cremation? Mom had wanted burial beside Dad. But Victor pushed it, practical choice. No body. No questions about toxins in her system. Standing in her empty sunroom after the reading. Orchids wilting like forgotten promises. Her final words echoed, the orchids. I dug beneath them that night, unearthing a sealed box. Inside, her rail will from 2 years prior. Splitting everything fairly, a letter detailing Victor's pressures, a flash drive with bank transfers to his accounts, emails plotting asset shifts, and a recording Mom's slurred protest, no changes. Victor. His reply, this is for your own good. The rage simmered. But I played defeated. I'm fine, I told Michael when he offered petty cash. Maybe they were right about me. Let them relax. I started in shadows, channeling hurt into strategy. Mom's friend, Mrs. Alvarez from her gardening club, met me at her bank. Elena gave me this envelope, said if the will felt off, get it to you. More copies, statements showing $600,000 siphoned in small batches. Dr. Ramirez hadn't retired, he'd been pushed out after refusing heavier sedatives. Victor filed complaints, my practice dropped me. He signed an affidavit on Mom's competency. Neighbor Mr. Patel noted dates, Victor and Beatrice hauling files, March 10th, 12th, 15th. The notary, young M.S. Torres, confessed over coffee. They guided her hand. She was barely awake. I shouldn't have stamped it. Financial trails led to Victor's Shell LLC. A college buddy in forensics accounting traced it. He's hidden assets like a pro. But greed leaves crumbs. Mom's orchids yielded another drive, a video of her. Alert. Victor's tampering with my meds. Forcing changes. Sophia. Fight this. You're the truth they fear. I found attorney Nina Torres through elder law forums, XDA. Shark in fraud cases. He's sloppy because he thought you weak, she said. Eyes gleaming over my files. We built an arsenal, handwriting analysis proving forgery. Witness affidavits. Frozen assets via sealed court order. Victor's mistake? Underestimating the silent storm. Grandma Lydia's 75th at the lakeside venue loomed, Victor's showcase as family head. I RSVP'd meekly, I'd like to come. Despite everything. Good girl, he patronized. We planned the reveal, speakers for Mom's video. Evidence packets. Bailiff nearby. The smoking gun, MS. Torres's covert photo, Victor's hand over Mom's. Eyes shut. Felony territory, Nina grinned. Insomnia gripped me the night before. But pruning orchids steadied me. I got it. Mom. At the venue. Laughter floated like fragile bubbles. Victor glad-handed guests, Beatrice air-kissed relatives. Michael eyed my briefcase warily. Don't ruin this. Just watch. During toasts, I took the mic. Grandma. You taught us honesty binds family. Then Mom's video boomed, he's switching my pills. Chaos erupted. Victor lunged, lies. Nina distributed proof, fraud. Abuse, $600,000 stolen. Beatrice blanched, outrageous. But Grandma's voice thundered, Victor. Beatrice, is this you? Silence. Evidence piled, notary's tale. Nurse's notes. Transfers. Michael whispered. The house. All tainted. Victor snarled, you destructive bitch. Grandma slapped him, you preyed on my daughter. Police cuffed him amid gasps, felonies stacking, forgery. Theft. Abuse. Beatrice fled. Disowned. Aftermath scorched, Victor's firm collapsed. Wife divorced him. Michael unearthed Mom's unsent letters. You saw the truth. Sophia. I documented it all. Court reinstated the Real will. Victor got 7 years. Beatrice probation. In the sunroom one last time. Orchids blooming defiant. I whispered thanks. The price? Shattered family. But freedom from doubt. Nina drove me to finals, regrets. None. Mom knew I'd win. The orchids would thrive. Roots deep in unearthed soil, like truth. Like me.